Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. Today is 16th June 2022. My name is TSV Raghavan and I live in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. I am a published author with Amazon Kindle and paperback. I write on spiritualism, fiction, and assorted subjects. This is my spiritual channel. We have been talking about various subjects in spiritualism in this particular channel. We shall talk about one more in this particular video. Yesterday, I remembered a particular proverb that I had read somewhere before and which intrigued me a lot. A train of thoughts started when I remembered this particular proverb, and I would like to share it with you. God takes some people into deep waters not to drown them but to clean them. This is the proverb that I remembered a few days or yesterday. Now, when a train of thoughts went out from within my brain as contemplation based on this particular proverb, I came across several sets of ideas and theories that I would like to share with you. According to our scriptures, the spiritual soul is a part of God's spiritual energy, and the material universe is a part of God's material energy. The spiritual energy is the superior one, and the material energy is the inferior one. This is accepted by all. However, we must remember that both superior and inferior belong to God alone and not to us. That means that the spiritual energy which is supposed to be superior should never ever try to lord it over material nature. If it does, God will come to the protection of the material universe, and a spiritual soul may be a superior energy, but it cannot fight with God. And here is where this particular proverb comes. God takes some people to deep waters not to drown them but to clean them. This means that all spiritual souls are likely to make the same type of mistake, slip, or error. To show this, I would like to say, I compare this material universe to the ocean. Ocean is very, very deep and it has deep waters. One The ocean is full of various species of living beings, including the oyster. This particular oyster never comes to the front, but it lives in deep waters where it seldom comes out or roams around but stays in a shaded and sheltered platform inside the deep ocean. It doesn't come out, it just opens its mouth and allows some particle, some insect, etc., to come inside so that it can eat that particular insect and digest that particular insect and make it a part and parcel of the oyster. Now, there are several raindrops or particles, small particles, which fall or keep falling into the ocean all the time. Most either get blended into the ocean or become a part and parcel of the ocean. They rest in the bottom of the ocean or keep floating endlessly. However, some of these drops or particles, by default or by design, fall into the open mouth of several oysters. This is where that old proverb came. When this particular particle or drop of rainwater falls inadvertently or unknowingly by default or by design into the mouth of the ocean of the oyster gets disturbed and irritated by the intrusion of this raindrop or particle. It cannot spit this particular raindrop or particle out. But this particular intrusion irritates the oyster. At that time, what does the oyster do? To prevent that irritation, it uses its own saliva to wrap around that particular foreign particle in such a way that it will not irritate the soft oyster anymore. After this, the oyster closes its mouth. After some time, when people hunt for or fish for such closed oysters and open them, what they find inside is the legendary, the valuable, the priceless pearl. The raindrop water or the falling particle which had initially fallen into the open mouth of the oyster, thanks to the oyster's saliva, turns into a priceless pearl. This is what this proverb says. God takes some people into deep waters not to drown them but to clean them. In other words, just like one of the several raindrops falls into the open mouth of an oyster, similarly, the souls, the several souls that fall into the material universe, one of them or few of them fall into some place which you may call as a deep water. When this soul goes inadvertently into that particular place, this material universe envelops that particular soul with causal body, astral mind, and etheric senses, which are three layers of the subtle body and the fourth gross body. This may happen to many, but the chosen few become saints, sages, rishis, maharishis, ethereal beings, celestial beings, angels, demigods, godmen, and the like. That means that when God, for some reason best known to him, chooses some soul to be cleaned, he or she puts that particular soul in such a place that that particular soul goes into self absorption, contemplation, and meditation and ends up as an evolved human being. This is what I came to as a conclusion in my contemplation about this particular proverb. Kindly let me know what you think of my theory. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that I can keep reminding you of my other videos. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.